All right, so we'll start and with module 2 or chapter 2. They will be kind of little review to what we learned on chapter 1, because chapter 1 is the one that have a lot of stuff to wear. Compared to this one, will go pretty fast. Okay. Then on the chapter 3 is where we will be again start a lot of lab on rules. Okay. So PC assembly. So, and eventually, if you want, we can do PC assembly today. So PC assembly. Okay. To assemble the computer, here's the video about that too. You have to select the computer case and the fan. So the case, if the case is big, that makes life easier to assemble that compared to the case which is really tiny. To put your finger, your hand, it kind of tight. You know, you have to have a compatibility of the motherboard to be fitted into it, and the power supply, motherboard, and the fan, the CPU, and the power supply have to be comparable so everything can work. Otherwise, you might have a problem after you finish if they are not compatible. Suppose that you have a computer and the motherboard have a problem, and then you want to swap it out. To swap it out, you got to order the same motherboard. If you don't order the same motherboard, then you order something else. They might be not compatible, and then you will have a problem on making it work. So you have to be compatible. So we have, you know, the size, the power supply, appearance, and the statue light on the screen, all that. So the case size, the larger case often require larger fan. You know, if you have the fan inside the case, if the fan is big, it goes slow, you know, and you see, because smaller fan cannot create enough airflow, but the big one bring a lot of air. So usually you cool down and take the air to out. And the speed also for the fan. So the type of power supply, you know, select the required power supply that you need to have, and put inside how to install that. We did it last time on the what I call it, on the virtual lab. They will do on the real one, so you see it too. So video to demonstrate all that, the memory, all that, you saw that. And here is the picture of the motherboard. Yes, picture of the motherboard. So when selecting and replacing motherboard, make sure it supports or accommodates CPU. It have to be compatible with the CPU. The RAM have to be the one that go into a video adapter and so on. So we're selecting the CPU and the cooling system. Now the CPU, there are two types of the CPU. We have the CPU, say Intel socket. The Intel socket is the one that is LGA. The CPU where it's kind of flat. You know, there is nothing on it, kind of flat, slim, but it's on the motherboard where you have to put the CPU. You see a little bit kind of pin that you need to be careful on the motherboard, because once that is burned or damaged, if it's burned or damaged, you got to replace the whole motherboard. Yeah. So you need to be careful. And then Intel CPU, for example, computer you see, say like i5, i7, you see on those computers, I mean Intel. And those are Intel CPU, they are the one who use those CPU. Those are. But now the AMD CPU are the one that use a pin grid area. The CPU have a pin on it. And then on the motherboard is like a little hole where you have to put inside. See? So that's the CPU. And the more we have the front side bars for the CPU, that's why people, when they want to build the computer, they will be asking What is the size for the front side bars? I need the highest one. The front side bars is the path between the CPU and the memory, meaning the CPU and the north bridge. That go pretty fast because you have to talk to the memory. So we call front side bars. If it's the higher is, that make your computer go pretty fast. The socket here is the memory you have here. We have the desktop memory you see in here called the RAM. We have an unbuffered RAM and buffer RAM. The unbuffered RAM is a regular memory for computer. The computer read data directly from the memory bank, make it fast than buffer memory. But the buffer memory is special memory that for server and a high-end gaming computer like that. But for those, you have to have a lot of memory inside. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Most of the memory we use for our computer is unbuffered. And install the motherboard, which is will do video demonstration internal drive. Okay, so we're gonna see the internal drive, the cable. Where is the internal drive? But this is the old one. It's called SATA. You see how heavy it is? We don't use that anymore. If it's fell, mostly it will break down. If you have the chance to make it work. Otherwise, if you have information on there you need, and it doesn't work because you use enclosure, you connect the cable through the enclosure, plug to different computer. It's supposed to show on that computer so you can recover the information. But now you did, it doesn't work. That means this is broken. And then if you really need the data, you have to go to Best Buy to do data recovery. But that costs like a $3,000. Yeah, it's a lot of money to do that. Yeah. So, but luckily we don't do that. Use this, but some company, some computer, they still, some computers still have that going. And then the other thing I want to tell you is if you need like a monitor where you come, you plug the HDMI cable to your computer to see everything big, I can put a monitor there for you. Okay. If you just need, let me know. So like the guy, I do Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoints for some people. And then I ask them if they need, some say, oh, no, if we need, we ask you. But right now we're good with a laptop. I say, okay. But some people say, hey, I need the screen, so I use screen. But when we used to have an office, the other side, we have a lot of stuff. And we have a screen, like a 2 screen for everybody. And they connect with a dock. Then when we come here, we don't have anymore because since COVID time, people been joining the class online and they don't come to class. That's why we don't, we say, well, why we should, but if you do need, no problem, let me know. I'll put it there for you. You connect your laptop, make it big for you. Okay. So that's the hard drive, old one. And CD-ROM, nobody want that. And here is how you put the hard drive inside the computer. Some computer you put it through the front. Some computer you open the case and slide it in and put the screw. And this is where you have to connect the screw. Some you open the front to slide it in. So don't be surprised because some, if you're working for company, some is like that where you have to put. But now every company now, the employee have a laptop. They don't use desktop like they used to. If you see desktop, maybe at the data center, they use it for something. Yeah. So this, to put this inside, if you want to remove, that's where you press this plastic here. Yeah, because there are some Dell like that. And I gave it to my student. They don't know how to remove it. It's an old one that you have to press the button and slide the thing down before. I think I know what happened. So this one too, you press the plastic before you remove it. But if you put inside, it's fine. You just slide inside, it's just go. And then here is the the adapter where the adapter card go called expansion slot. And then those are PCI or PCI Express, that's where they go. Could be they go in here. Also, they are like a video card that use this, or some it's this one that use like this stuff. So they are kind of different one. That go. You remember we did the virtual lab where we were putting inside the video card? Yeah, those are the expansion slot where they go. And then the card, sound card. And then if you want to put like a graphic card or any card in expansion slot, you will see this bracket. Those are just brackets to protect, not to have like dust going inside and out. So you remove this when you put in support this one, or it's this one you put in, then you remove the bracket so that, for example, the video card or the card you put in, it might go out so you can plug the cable. So you need to remove this bracket. Yeah, it should seem to just pull it out. Yeah. See, these are for SD card reader. It's just the card reader where you put like a SD card inside. And here's USB. Yeah. And the power supply have a LED light, all those in the front panel. And if you go over here, those are the LED stuff that make the panel work. So if you build in the computer, some you have to plug, some is kind of like a chunk of cable that they make it easy. When you plug, it works instead of to go one by one. Some is one by one, it depends on the computer. For example, this one is a HDD LED, that means the hard drive LED. So when you plug that, on the computer, we see the light for the hard drive doing like this, so we know that is the hard drive making activity going on. But before you put that, you flip this. If you flip it, you will see there are plus and the minus. So you look on the motherboard, which is this one over here. You see this is you see plus over here. That means this side is the plus, and this will be minus. So you know how it's going. Yeah. Otherwise, when you turn it other way, it will not work. Okay. See, that's how you do it. The same thing. So you just need to follow up to see where it's a plus, some might say minus. Yeah. Yeah. And then you can see the plus, usually we call them pin one. And then yeah, this one is a plus, this one is a minus. So when you put it in there, you just see it. That's how that go. And then, for example, the USB, it's pretty easy to do. You take them, you go one straight. You see, that's for the USB. So when you plug in, the person can use the USB outside of the computer by plugging, and it will work. But if you don't connect this, USB don't work. Yeah. So that's the LED stuff there. This go, you see, just finished. Yeah.
Oh, that's all chapter 2?
Chapter 2, yes. It's 2. We'll do chapter 3, and then that's where we will be start talking about bio stuff. Then you start going in deep into the stuff. Yeah. So module 3 or chapter 3. So the module 3 or chapter 3 is the one we're doing now. So we should finish the module 3 and module 4 by Wednesday, and then we'll be doing more stuff. So if we go to here, called Advanced Hardware Computer, So boot the computer. So when you boot the computer, turn on the computer, and there are video here if you want to watch. But the boot, we have something that we call push. So when computer is a boot, when you turn on the computer, the basic input system called BIOS. You see the BIOS? It will perform a hardware check on the main component of the computer. So the BIOS, that which is again the firmware, it check, it will check all the components inside the computer. By doing that check, it's called POS, meaning the power on self-test. It will check to see if this is good, it's working good, this one is good, good. Every component of the computer is good. If something is missing, you hear kind of beep. Like if it's a memory, it will go beep, 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 3 times. If it's like keyboard that is stuck inside, it doesn't want to remove, or maybe it's not, or one key is stuck inside, you hear the beep continuously, beep, 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 never stop. That meaning that you hear that right away, you know it's the keyboard, one key is stuck inside. If a device malfunction or an error or a beep code that alert the technician of the problem, the BIOS manufacturer uses different code to indicate different hardware problem. You see, they will indicate. So it depends. Like I said today, some computer, they don't make the noise anymore. You just see the light, then you understand what's going on. So the motherboard manufacturer, they use the different bit code. Always consult the motherboard documentation. And they give you the tip here. So to determine if the POS is working properly, remove all the RAM from the computer and then turn on the computer, you will hear the big beep 3 times. Like I said, some today you do it, you don't hear the noise. And here is the BIOS and CMOS. All motherboard, they need the BIOS to operate. And the BIOS is the ROM chip. It's a little ROM chip that on the motherboard that contains small program that control the communication between the operating system and the hardware. And then here is the picture of the BIOS that you see over there. See, it's a little chip. It's on the motherboard. It will control the operation, control the communication between the operating system and the motherboard. What is the operating system? The operating system is the Windows you have. For example, your computer have a Windows 11. If you don't have a window, you don't know where to click. So the Windows you have, it could be Windows 11, Windows 10. Right now you have a Windows 11. That's the operating system. And then now you have the application like Word, Excel, those type of stuff, other application like, any there. So all those icons on your screen called application, those are apps. Like a phone also have operating system. And then they have apps where we click on it to open those apps. The same thing that happened that we have, the computer have operating system. And the hardware, which is the hardware thing, the phone itself or the computer itself with the motherboard, everything. So the BIOS will be controlling all those stuff. So along the post, BIOS also will identify which driver are available, which driver are bootable. So which drive is available on your computer? Is that the hard drive? The USB is there, you connect because you connect USB to your computer. But is that USB is bootable or not bootable? Bootable meaning what? Bootable meaning that you have the operating system like a Windows 10 or Windows 11. When you stick into the computer, you say, hey, you know what, computer? I have a Windows operating system on this. And I want to install Windows 11 into this computer. Take the information from the USB. If you don't tell it, he doesn't know it's there. He might know some by default, he might take it. if it's a USB. They will look at it, how to set up those stuff in case you're facing those situations to install Windows. Hey, you plug the BIOS, the bootable, the machine, instead of to boot from the USB, like a student called me last time, he having that kind of problem. I told him to go to BIOS and make those change, the BIOS menu. So he boot, he come back, Paula is still looking, the computer looking at you. It's not taking it. You say, what the hell? The operating system is on the USB. Take it so I can move on. You do it, you come back, Paula, not do anything. Why? It's because you are not telling him to take the information from the USB, which is the thing we'll learn coming up here, how to do that properly, and understand, although when you're you're in front of the computer, he can manipulate your key and those menus to set up easily, no headache. So which drive are bootable? So we have a USB that have just your information. Maybe it's not bootable. So I have a picture all that I stick in. This is just a picture, it's not bootable. Bootable meaning you have a Windows that it will boot and install something. So by here, how the memory is configured on the computer, how PCI is set up, all that stuff, the BIOS will control all those stuff. The BIOS and CMOS again, the motherboard manufacturer save the motherboard BIOS setting in complementary metal oxide semiconductor, okay, memory chip. So the BIOS will save this information into the CMOS memory chip. So complement metal oxide semiconductor memory chip. So the memory chip, this one is just the CMOS body, which you will get to that one. So the CMOS memory chip, that's where the information from the BIOS usually is saved. So when the computer boots, the BIOS software will read the configuration settings that it is stored in the CMOS memory chip to determine how to configure the hardware. The BIOS settings are retained by the CMOS using the body. So this is the body that retains the information from the CMOS chip or the BIOS. So it will retain those information. So that's why our computer, if you adjust the body, this little body, which is you can buy at any store, Best Buy, Walmart, or Target, it retain, if you're doing an update on your computer, if the body is not working, your update doesn't run. You have a problem because you can't run the update. It's because the body is dead or failing. And the thing will show you too, you adjust the time. You say today, April 6th, you adjust the time right away. It's good. You put the time, the year, and then you just you check back. But the time said 1993. You just adjust to time, and what happened? It's because the body is dead.
Oh.
It's dead. That's how you change it. The body is dead. And then to remove that, you just need to be careful by doing that so you don't break it. So you go to Walmart, you buy it. Before, when I deal with a client, I gotta go to a client. Sometimes I used to fix the computer before at home, which is I don't do it now. I will have this battery in my car, and then I buy it like $3 like that at a Walmart. And then when I buy it, $3 at a Walmart like that, I will have it in the pocket, and then when I go, I don't use it. You know, I don't, it's in my car. And when I see the customer have that kind of problem, I go to the customer place. When they have that problem, I will just say, hey, you have to buy it. Then instead of the customer, he will buy it. He doesn't know how to put it. He will call me to come and do all that stuff. Then me, I say I have it, and I sell it to the customer. bought it for $3, but I sell $10 one battery. And now I say, you gotta go to the store and buy it.
Yeah.
And then when I will come to put it, I gotta charge you. So I said, oh, I better buy it from you. Do it right. So to remove the battery, you see this thing here? Yeah, you just press this tool like this or use like a screwdriver, push that, and then you see the battery come out easily. Some are like that, and then some to do it, you don't see this thing, but you put the kind of pin or something underneath, but you have to be careful to pop it out. Otherwise, the problem, if you don't do it correctly, you see these are plastic like that holder. You see, those are plastic. If one break, it doesn't hold the battery anymore.
So if it breaks, what you have to do, change the entire thing?
You cannot do that too. You have to replace the whole motherboard. And I see some people what they do, they use a tape to hold. Otherwise, your computer will be there, nobody. Then the time doesn't work on your computer. Yeah, that's the problem. So you gotta really be careful. Easy for this one. If you push, it come out easily. But some, they don't have that. You gotta use a screw or something to pop it up. Easily be careful so you don't break this plastic arrow. But I don't know what company they do that. I saw that some is like that, which is I don't like those. If you don't know, you break it. So even see here, if the computer time and date are incorrect, it could indicate that the CMOS battery is bad or getting very low. Yeah. So there is every stuff for $3. Right now we talk about BIOS. That's the old stuff. But every new computer, like your computer now, those are newer stuff now. It's called UEFI. It's not called BIOS anymore. It's called UEFI. Those are new stuff that we have. Those new computer you have now, UEFI. The BIOS, on the BIOS, you cannot use like a mouse.
Oh.
BIOS, you have to use your keyboard. You want to go down, you use go down, up arrow key. You use this key on your key. And then if you want to select one, you press enter to select. Yeah, but now no more BIOS. We have what we have now is a UEFI where you use a mouse, you can click, that make life easier. Yeah. And then UEFI stands for Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. All new computers, they come with a UEFI, which provide additional feature and addresses security issue with legacy BIOS. So they are security stuff. This one is the one that tell you, hey, you have to install the proper software. If this is not legit software, it will reject that. So it's more secure. And then you can tell people don't download this stuff, and then you can block people not to use this USB, all that. Yeah, because that's UEFI. So UEFI can run, see, 32-bit and 64-bit machine. And then we will see it. The 32-bit are not strong. The memory that go over there, only maximum 4 gigabytes. But 64 gig, they can go more than 4 gigabytes. So today, your computer over there is a 16 gigabyte. That means it's 64. Yeah, and then we'll see that coming up also. See the interface for UEFI. It's beautiful. And then you can see the temperature. See, right now it's 31 degrees. You can see it. See, even see this computer have a 5 fan. If a one doesn't work, it tell you, hey, it doesn't work. Right away, give you a notification, all that. See, even now, everything he adjusts, the time, everything. It's pretty cool, UEFI. So we will do the lab research to investigate the BIOS, but we need to understand some stuff before we do that. So BIOS and UEFI security. The legacy BIOS, it supports some security. You know, the legacy BIOS, they support some security. The legacy BIOS supports some security feature. They support some security feature to protect the BIOS. However, UEFI adds additional security. For example, here, some common security feature found in the BIOS are, password. Like a password, you have to put a password to be locked, protect with a password so people don't have access. Why do we protect the BIOS with a password? It's because we are tech. If you start working for tech, the company will give you the BIOS password they already configured. So every new computer, they will tell you you have to set it up using this password to block the employee, the employee for the company not to go to the BIOS and change the stuff. We can do, for example, I work for a company which they do design. They design the building, like a lot of building, like TCF Stadium now today, Huntington Stadium. They are the one. All the target stuff they design those stuff. Okay. Yeah, they are the one. The road construction they do all structural design away. Or if you don't want to build this big building here on the stadium, the bigger frame that support the building, they will be doing that before other company will do the rest. So it calls structural designer. They do those stuff. And then if before those engineer go, so maybe they're going to Atlanta because they have a contract to build a building there. Building, they gotta do, the designer have to go. Long time ago, before we don't have a laptop, they use the desktop on their desk, always desktop for everybody. But now we change everything laptop. But we have a few laptop, not a lot. If an engineer want to travel, we give that laptop to the engineer. So you travel with that. All the design you need is on the laptop. You don't need anything else. All you need is that. But he stay at the hotel. And he want to go to the internet. You see, the internet Wi-Fi is not working. What the heck? I'm here before even the hotel Wi-Fi. They don't have a Wi-Fi. When you go to the hotel on their desk, little cable when you plug into your computer to go to the internet. That cable thing where you plug, it's a wire interface. It doesn't work. When they plug, the internet doesn't work. Because why? I went to the BIOS because the boss said go to the BIOS, disable those stuff. We don't want them to go to the internet to bring a virus here. So I disabled that, but they don't know. When they go, they want to use it, say, come and come. Now they put a blame on it, coming. What the heck? I went to go to the internet doesn't work on that laptop. I said, well, it's not me. It's David. He said to disable that. They don't want you. Whatever you need, the design is on the laptop. So why do you go to the internet and say, I want to check my email? So I said, just obey what the boss told me. Go talk to the boss, They all put a blame on me. All the engineering, hey, Kwame, what you got? I said, go see David in the office. Oh, that's not my fault. Don't put a blame on me. So we do also driver encryption. So when you block them, so when you work for any company, they give you that password. And then you gotta do the first thing we do, we go to BIOS, change all those. So when you give them the computer, they won't be able to change anything. Suppose they say, hey, this computer, I want to install Windows, a new Windows. You put the USB, you go, it's already disabled all those on the bar. You have a headache. What the hell with this? Because, okay. So the driver encryption, we want to encrypt all the hard drive. We have that. We call LoJack. This is a security feature that allows the owner to locate, to lock the computer, even delete the device. Where somebody steal the computer, we can locate where the computer, like a GPS, where it's located, and do that, and then lock the computer. So that's called LoJack or CompuTrace. Some computer, it doesn't say LoJack, it will say CompuTrace. Yeah, that's it. So either you see LoJack or CompuTrace is the same to trace you. So when people start selling you the computer, a laptop on the road, hey, can you buy this? I want to just sell $20. Probably a computer Be careful on that. It might be stolen that from a company, and the company or the government place all that, they already put like a trace. So when you got that computer, you go connect to the internet, they know. Yeah, yeah, they know where you are, and the police will knock at the door. They say, what the heck? And they will arrest you because they trace that. Trust platform module, this is a chip designed to secure the hardware by storing the encryption key, digital certificate, password, and data will be installed on the TPM. And secure boot is a UEFI security standard that ensures that the computer only boots the operating system that is trusted by the motherboard. Okay, so if you want to install the Windows, if they enable this, and then it doesn't trust because your Windows is the Windows that the copy and the broken one that people download, which is not legit, and you put in there, you will see. But here we'll learn how to download the legit from Microsoft website. You see that we'll do all that. That's where we're getting to it now. So company make a block this, and people will download broken that, and they say, oh, when I do, I don't have to activate all that. You do it, you see a reject. They say, what the heck? It's because it's not legit. So they enable a secure boot that protects that. And now we have here, you have a full access for you to have a full access of the computer as administrator. Limited access for people who see maybe have a limited access. We don't want to give them access. Maybe they are contractor working for the company. We don't need to give them some of access. Or the employee don't need to have access to go to the BIOS or UEFI. You know, view access only. You can have access. You see it, but you cannot make any change. And no access at all. You don't have access anyway. Update the firmware. The firmware is the BIOS. You remember we saw that on your computer when we were saying, when we get into the point, you can update the BIOS on your computer because it was 1.26 and then we saw 1.27. Yes, so we will eventually do that. This is what they say, update the firmware. Okay. It's the BIOS they want to do that. Okay. Yeah, so they do that, we download that, and after finish to download, make sure the power is plugged, and then you install called flushing the BIOS. You flush the BIOS. And then we'll do the lab how to search for the BIOS, all that after I explain all this for you. And then install the Windows. Windows will learn that, how to install the Windows 2 if we want, but we'll leave that to chapter 10. Electrical power, we just want a few explanation about that, not to do even the calculus, but it's just the explanation that on the electrical power, we have the volt, who measure of the valve. That's the power measure in volt. You know, the power of required to move a charge from one location to another. The current is a expression in the I, a measure in the amp, the measure of the amount of electron moving through the circuit. You know, resistance, we have a measure, it's a R, but it's a measure on the ohm, refer to the position of the flow of current in the circuit. Then we have the power, which is the measure in watt. The power is measured in watt. This measure of the work required to move electron through a circuit multiplied by the number of electrons going through it. So we use the formula called Ohm law. The Ohm law is a V equal to IR. V meaning the voltage equal to the current, which is I, multiplied by R, which is the resistance. So when you have this, if you're looking for I, you can just say I equal to V divided by R. Maybe they give you the V, they give you the R. And you can do that kind of calculation to find the current that passing through. You see? Or if you got that, but now that's the formula number 1. You might have the formula number 2 over here that will help you if we need some other stuff too. It's because this is a formula V equal IR. This formula is a P equal VI that help you because maybe they will be looking for resistance and they gave you, for example, V, but you don't know the other stuff, but you say, well, I need to find the I, and then you don't know, but you have the power. They gave you the power. So you say, hey, the second formula, I can find I from there. So you find the I where you will be replacing the I over here, and then you will do it easily. So that's how you do those kind of calculus to find out. If you say I here, I equal to P divided by V. But if it's American people, they will be doing like this. They say, I'm looking for I, so they will divide everything by V. They will say P divided by V equal to V I divided by V, and they say I have a V upstairs, I have a V downstairs, I remove, so that gives me I equal to PV. Okay. But the French way, we don't do that. You just say I straight. You say I is just, the V will go underneath this guy, which is this one. Okay. That's what we do in French way. Yeah. So those are the stuff. And then we talk about this. The thing I say, if you want to go, you switch this before you send the computer to the country that you 220 volt or 230 volt. Yeah. So that's how you do it for that one. But today, all the power are universal. And then we will talk about the power fluctuation. The power fluctuation that you see in here. The power fluctuation, when the voltage in the computer is not accurate or steady, computer component might not operate correctly. You know, you might have this called the brownout, the blackout. It's the complete loss of the power. You see, the complete loss of the power. And then we have brownout, which reduces the voltage level of AC power. The noise, yes, the noise. Let's see. So the noise, the noise is an interference from generator and lightning. It can cause the noise. The spike, a sudden increase of voltage, and after that, that's not good. Power surge, dramatic increase in voltage above the normal of electric, is not good. So to avoid all this, we will need this one, which is again called here UPS, which is the one we use. So when you go over here, we use those. So to protect shield against those power fluctuation, we use those things called, the surge protector. The surge protector, it helps protect against damage from surge and spark. Yeah, a surge suppressor, the device extract, electrical voltage, okay, that is on the line to the ground. So it's something like this. For example, that thing underneath, I put it underneath the TV. So in case the sudden shut down the power in this building and the TV is on, it will not affect the TV. So that's why if you go to buy those power strip that like this one, like this, those, if you buy it, look to see they say surge protection on that. That's good. So you plug even the fridge, I plug it on those ones. So it's not just a power. So in case they shut down the power, it doesn't have impact on the fridge. Okay. Yeah, so have that, because I bought one time the water on that place we were before, the water thing, the cool water where you go take water from that. And then they asked me if I want warranty. I said no, from now. It was $100. I said, I don't think. But when I brought the employee that was working my office that time, he he plugged, he connected, but he didn't use the power, the suppressor. And then we were using his cold water, hot water. It's just great. One day we came to work, it's only hot. It's because the whole building was shut down in the middle of the night because there were a lot of rain. And then we came, it doesn't work, and we checked the thing. Oh, it's not this power suppression we have. Oh man, that damages, but you cannot return back to Mana because Mana asked me, "Do you want warranty?" I said no, but it was only $15. I went. The guy said, "I told you to get warranty, guy." He said, "No, you gotta buy another one." So I bought another one, and then I put a warranty on it right away. But it cost me, so I paid twice, right? You know. So now, if something happened to the building, it's still working great. Yeah, I use it until when we come in here. I said maybe I don't think we need it, so I took it to home. So. So that's what you, if you want to buy those power strip, use those. It's good. Always check to see if you see the say surge protector on there or surge suppressor. It's good. Now UPS on the other hand, which is uninterrupted power supply. This one you see, they have a screen on those one. This is really good that I used to do this on every computer or the company I used to work as a desktop support. I put it underneath the desk, connect to the computer to it. In case we have a power in the building, it will hold those computers for like 2 hours. That time the power come back to the building. 2-3 hours is there. Because in the middle, sometimes the power they shut down, it will hold that. So the computer doesn't shut down simultaneously. By shutting like that, it broke the computer power. Or something might damage the motherboard and the whole computer is gone. You see, it's gone. It's not good. It's not good. For that kind of reason, you need this to make it work. You see? And then this, when you plug, it hold that. It's really good. And then inside this, they only have what inside? They have a battery inside. They have a battery inside. And then today we don't have those. They have a battery, and the price to change the battery is the same as you buy a new, you buy a new one. Yeah, one time I want to change, my boss say, "Hey, Kwame, let's go to Best Buy and buy because the battery replaces the same price. Why we have to order? So just buy a new one and recycle this one. And then to remove the battery from this one, easy peasy. Don't think it will harm you. But you unplug it from the wall first before you do this one. So for that reason, if you want to go, it's this one. It's like this. Okay. But today, we don't have this anyone that is people desk. Why? Laptop. They have their own body. So why do we need that? So companies that sell this now, they don't sell anymore. Yeah, they don't sell anymore. The one at the data center one, that's what we do on the rack. So this, if you remove the plastic around here, you just press it will remove easily. Some have a 2 screw you remove, and then you pull the plastic. And now inside, you see that they are like a metal, 2 metal. Okay, 2 metal, and you will see plus and minus, like a red and a black. Okay, and then the color you see, then the body is here like this. And then you have to connect the cable. Okay, the body have a tin, so you take the cable, you connect it here. If it's a black, red, that's it. And you cover, and then you plug and start working. It will not harm you. And then you just look at the color, which one they say to plug, easy. No headache, you done. If you start working for a company, they want you to replace, make sure to remove that from the wall first. You unplug it completely. How do you know the body is dead anyway? You make a beep. Employee complaining, "Hey, Paula, what the heck? This thing keep making noise all the time. Beep, 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 beep. I cannot concentrate and do my work." If you keep doing that, that means the body is dead. So because sometimes not you can accuse it's dead right away because they shut down the current and come back. Sometimes because you hold the power. That's what, just to give you a warning that they shut down the power and come back. How to fix it? Shut it down by pressing the power. It shut down completely, and then turn back on, and then it will work. But if you do that and it's still beating PPP, it's a bad. The bad one. You have to change. And today, what we do, Paula? Today, this thing you see is not on the market anymore, right? It's going away. People don't need it because they use a laptop. But the data center one is on the rack. You see that rack? Yeah. It will be on the bottom of the rack because it's really heavy. And then you have to have somebody to help you to carry that. So I'll show you the ways it's going, then we move forward. So we just click here, say, you say rack mount body backup. It's look like this one. You see this? It go on the rack. You screw down the rack. And let's see the front and the back. Let's see if they have the picture for the front and the back. They have a, see, if you look here to see this one, you will remove this plastic first. When you remove the plastic, this one is the back where you plug the cable, all the power. You plug the power for other equipment to that. You have the fan. You can even connect to the internet, so you can monitor from far away. If you don't have IT people, for example, it's in Miami, there's no IT people there. You know something will go wrong with this if the battery is low also. But if you go, you want to replace, remove this thing, okay, easily. But this is the back. I want to show you the front. See if we can find the front. So you can see if you remove that. After remove, I want to see if we can see the front. The front. This is the back. I want to see the front. Okay. So I can show you how the cable look like. I'll show you the front. I'll show the front. Okay. Okay. If I don't see, I click on one of them, maybe it will show me. No, really, this I want to show you. Okay. Well, they only show the back, the front. I want so you know how to remove that. And then we should be done shortly. Yeah, here, this is the front. This one here, let me click on it, it will open up. I thought if I click, it will be like a big, unless it's this to make it big. That's okay. You see the way it look like? So this is on the rack, on the bottom. And they work for company and say, hey, Paula, that is a bad. It's a hard to swap out. You don't want to shut down that because they are the switch, the router, the server, they connect to that. People are using the internet. They constantly do their work. And then you go, you shut it down or unplug, you are in trouble. The company sometimes might fire you for that because people, hey, what the hell happened? You shut down the whole thing. So to do that, when you go into there, the body, you put it on the cart, okay? The body itself, the whole thing here is a heavy. You don't need to carry that on your own. The body is a heavy too, but you can put the heavy on the body on the car. You push all the way to the building you want to go to replace that. It depends the building, if the company have a lot of building. So you go to the telecommunication home, and then you remove this. You see this thing, the plastic, like I told you, remove the plastic just to make it look beautiful. That's why they have the plastic. And now you have to disconnect the body. To disconnect the body, first you remove the screw, you know, the screw over here. So to disconnect the body, you see the red and the yellow, they have this, they go inside, they interconnect. Some have the cable, this doesn't have. I think it might be hiding. You see white cable, like a regular cable that you type, you just pull the cable, or this thing, it will remove because they are inside like this, it will remove like this. You disconnect, but don't shut down. It will still working. People are working, but you just want to change the body. You remove the screw. So you can take this plate, you take it out, and then you see the body. Oh, here is the body now. And now the body, you don't carry, you just pull it. You have a little handle. I wish this can show you very well, but I don't have. You have a little handle when you put the, you push, you pull it, woo, and then it come out easily. When you come, you can just carry, put it on the floor. Yeah. The new one you brought, you take that one, okay, and you put it there and push inside. And now you take this thing, okay, you plug it. It go one way, it will not scare you, because if you do it a wrong way, it doesn't even go. So you say, hey, oh, I put the wrong, I don't know if it's correct, it will blow or no, it doesn't even go. Then you know it's a wrong way. It go only one way. So if you go one way, no, it went inside. Nothing to worry that, oh, it will, I don't know how to do this. No, you can do it easily. Once you put it there, put the cover screw and then put the plastic back, and then you will see that if you look the screen here, you see the body is charging. It go like this, up and down. Everything is still working. You did not shut down. People don't even know you are over there doing something, and then you leave. You're good now. That's how you do it. It's a rack mounted UPS backup body. Perfect. So we're gonna take a little break. We almost let me so that you can. And then the last one here, those are power here. The thing you see in here, standing power supply. Yeah, and advanced functionality, we already talked about this, the CPU, the way they operate, they go pretty fast, complex sets. This is the way they go fast. Enhance the CPU, okay? It can enhance the CPU. And I think, let's see, what time here we can build the computer, but you do the other one at home. And then we can continue with a CPU. I think these are still more before we start doing the stuff. Yeah, let's take a 10-minute break and be back 10:10. Mm-hmm. I go here. So over here at home, you will do this one. This one called, you see those two things here, Module 3. You do the virtual physical lab that you and I did last time. To put a cooling on the desktop, CMOS body, you can do that one at home. If you have a problem doing that, let me know and I can remote and help you. But this one, we will do it together on Wednesday, unless you say, hey, I can do it, you can try. Sometimes students have a difficulty, but we can do it together. Or let's say you do all this at home by yourself and see how that works. But if we can succeed on some of them, we can do, or I can remote also to show you. But you know what, Paula, do this one. Those are two. I know people having an issue with it. But this, even though you try, I'll do it with you on Wednesday. But I want you to do this thing. You see, I want you to do this one on at home, but I'll show you which one will be. So let me go check again on the PowerPoint. So I'll show you where it's to. So the CPU, to enhance the CPU, I do in about 10 more minutes. The CPU, you gotta enhance the CPU. Intel use hyper-threading to enhance the CPU performance. With hyper-threading, multiple pieces of code are executed simultaneously in the CPU. So single CPU perform as though there are two CPU that go pretty fast. We have an AMD, they use a hyper transfer to enhance the CPU performance if you want it to go pretty fast. Hypertransport is the high speed, stuff to do that. The power of the CPU is measured by the speed and the amount of the data. So if you see the CPU is on the gigahertz, every CPU is say on the gigahertz. So if you go over here, you want to see the CPU, you'll be going, for example, on your computer, if you look at your computer, on the bottom of your computer, let me see if I can see it from here. Up, it come this way there. So if you go on the bottom of your computer, if you do right click on Microsoft logo, okay, it will bring you a little menu. Can you choose a system? Yeah, choose a system, and then it will bring you something like this. On the bottom of your computer, you see the Microsoft logo?
Oh, yeah.
Do right click. It will bring you a little, no, right click.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and then choose a system. All right. See, if you choose a system, it bring you this information. Then you can see here my CPU. Mine is a i7 and is a 2.8 gigahertz. This one.
Okay.
Yours is how many gigahertz? 2.30 gigahertz. Okay. Okay. And that's a GHz. Okay. So that's the CPU speed. It's have expression of gigahertz. That's how the CPU speed have expression. So if you're looking for those information, it's here. Then we'll eventually will come all the way here for all these. So okay. So overclocking. So overclocking is a little bit different than enhancing the CPU speed that you see in here, hyperthreading. So overclocking here is a technique used to make the processor work at a faster speed than its original speed. You can make your computer processor to go really fast. Everything you click, go prom, 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 prom. But the problem you will have, because you make it go really fast, you will have a shorter life expectation. So your computer will die quickly. It will go down. So that's why you don't want to do this. Leave it to how it was. I see people do that. And sometimes people will change people start all over here. People do like hyperthreading when it's an i5, i7, the processor. If you go from here, if you go on the search of your computer, you see the search bar, go click on the computer you see next to Microsoft logo. Just click that little search or click on that. Just type a device manager. Device. When you type a device, something Papa is a manager, device manager. Once you click on it, it will bring something like this. You have that?
Did the user recommended browser settings?
Did they bring you a device manager? Oh no, that's not device manager. Do it, yeah, device manager. I'll show you that. Well, no. Just type that information in device. Right away, it's in device manager. Yeah, the other one you do is the information you're looking for.
Okay.
So you get to the device manager, the same thing we have over here. We will go all the way down. We'll go all the way. Let me minimize this one. This one. If we go all the way down, you see where it's a processor? Look to see if you see that. There are a little arrow in front of the processor. Click on that arrow, it will expand.
Oh.
So when you do that, it's expand. How many do you have here? How many processors? Me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I got 8. How many you have?
12.
12. Wow. That meaning that your computer speed is that. Do you know how that Suppose, Paula, you're moving out from your apartment or house, going to different location, and you were doing that by yourself. You have a bunch of stuff. Move by yourself. You take you a couple of days to do all that. Headache. You see, you have a headache on that. But now, Paula, you call your friend, 12 people. Can you help me, guys? They come, chomp, 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 chomp. The U-Haul truck is full in a matter of an hour. They can finish all that from your house. Instead of you, it will take you a week to move all that. So the processor, it's a one processor, right? Inside the computer, you see the processor. It's not like we have so many processors inside. Not one processor, but it's a powerful. It behaves like 12 people inside your computer to move the stuff to the U-Haul. You see how you go pretty fast? That's what you got there. That's where you see in here. If somebody's selling your computer, you want to check the processor, you go click there and see it. That make it go pretty fast. Good. So we say we have a 12. Some is say like i5, i7. Today we have me, I have an i7. You have an i5, right? Yeah. Now today the new one was who just came is an i9. Yeah. So that's how. But there are sometimes people go trick this one. Some people will be selling your computer sometimes, they will trick it to make it go. You see them allowed to go fairly fast. That's why they say you gotta be careful on this. Sometimes people will want to trick that stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's here that the overclocking is a technique used to make the processor go really fast. You gotta go really, really fast, but don't do it. It's not advised. Your computer, it's not recommended. You see that? Your computer will die quick.
Okay.
Yeah. The opposition of overclocking is a CPU throttling. CPU throttling, your computer, you want to go slow by slow. Why do company do that? Or why the university, somebody will do that? It's because you're doing a research. You want to go slow by slow so he obtain what he's looking for. You see, that's what we call CPU throttling. It's a technique used when the processor runs at less than the rate speed, the conserve the power and produce less heat. It's because they're doing no research for that. And now we'll talk about CPU virtualization. The CPU virtualization is like we make your computer virtual. So inside your computer, there are computer inside the computer. So they are just a virtual. And those are virtual. Eventually, if you don't like it, you can delete it. You use it for testing. Yeah, it's called virtual, and then you use it. But your computer needs to be strong though. Your computer needs to be really strong before you can use the virtualization. Okay? And then when you're creating the virtual, which me, I will use, that's called, see, happy, I didn't enable on that yet. So we'll see that it's called a Hyper-V, and we'll create visualization. And then you can even see on your computer too, one of the virtual Microsoft give you is over there. If it's not enabled, I thought I'd be seeing this on my bottom. If it's not, yeah, you can create virtual to you to see if somebody send you something, and then you want to say, is that this thing is a legit? I don't know what link is this is sending me. We can copy the link and put it there. If it's a virus, we will have your computer and tell you, you see, it will close right away. And then you know right away. I'm bringing it here. See, it's again another computer but I'll show you yours is not enabled, but eventually we'll get to that point to enable that. So normally when you click here on the setting, yeah, that one, Microsoft logo. And then you go to all the apps. And then you go all the way down. You will see it's called Microsoft Sandbox. It's called the Sandbox. Yeah. Blueberry is a Sandbox.
And then I don't think you have done it because we didn't enable it.
Okay.
Okay, if you do it, it will be like this. When you open.
Oh, okay.
And if somebody send you something you don't know about, oh, what is this link? You bring it here because it's a visual. If you don't, you open that, if you open correctly, that is good. But if you go that this thing just close right away, it become black and close. That means it's a virus.
Okay.
So, but we will do that. We're coming at you that so you know how to, we will enable and do that. So you're doing that as a virtual stuff. It's a computer you can use. See, it's a computer. You can go to the internet. You can do everything on it. Okay, once you close it, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, that's what we do. We say do multiprocessor, one computer behave as fast. We have a lot of computer today. A case fan, we talked about that before, like a CPU case fan and a heat sink. The fan that blow the air inside the case is there, and that's the heat sink. And they are the fan for the heat is over here. You blow the air to the heat sink, and then some have a different one. So if you look at the video card, is this one. The video card that you see in here, they have a little fan there that blow the air. It's meaning that inside the video card have also a little processor, the CPU, but we don't call it the processor, we call it GPU. Graphical calculating called GPU. To make it go, people playing a game, all that they want to use a good graphic card is those stuff. So we have, okay. So we have all that. So the lab, I was gonna tell you to also do it, but you gotta use your lab laptop to do that. It's on the NETA card that I will show you. We will continue this one writing on Wednesday, but I want to show you that where it's located is this lab you see in here. See, this is a NETA card 3116. That meaning that this one, that means that you go over here to your NetAcad Academy. And then when you are over here, it says 311, that meaning we are on the module 3. If I say 311, that meaning you click on module 3. Okay, module 3. Let's see if you got it. If you log in. Oh yeah, that's what I want to come. So you go to module 3. Yeah, I said 311. So 3, that's a 3, that's 311. Click there and expand the 3116. 3116. That one. Click on that one. And then you click. That's the exercise bar. I will explain everything. When you go home, you'll be doing that, but on the lab laptop, you use the lab laptop to do it. How to access the BIOS, he will ask you. But I want to explain all that to you for you to be able to do it. And then I will see how you will do it. But eventually Wednesday, I will do it with you so you have a better, but I want you to do it first. So when we go over here, when I go over here, I'll show you that. And so those are your lab you'll be doing at home. You saw that, right? This one and this one, this one. Those are two, only these two. The syllabus, when we are on this page, over here, you're good, you're here. But here you go for virtual lab,
Yeah.
right? Okay, if you go to this, yeah? And now because you are here, you are under the content already.
Mhm.
So it's always content and you are there already. So you go all the way down, all the way down. The last one, it will say NCR practice now. Go ahead and click on it. Click that. Okay, now, and then I will tell you over there too. What's the syllabus you will use? That's the syllabus you can go up. See? And then you can make it big. If you try to go down a little bit, you see, go down. See, click on it. Just click somewhere. And then that's it. Just click on it. See, so then you can zoom in to make it to a complete.
All right.
So that's where I see everything. So if you go all the way, we are on the three, so go up, and then you will see module. Yeah. Okay, so those one, virtual lab, 13, virtual lab 11, those are the two you will go. Okay, what do you want? Straight into the yeah, if you want to try, you can. Okay. We gotta go again. Anyway, either when you did, then you do this lab. 3116. Okay.
Before you do that, I want to explain, I want to talk about this. So, you know, hey, when I go in, and then even you have that laptop, if you want to open that laptop, you can open that laptop. And then I talk about this by explaining, we got to go to the boot menu. On the boot menu, what I want to show you here, this is the thing, if you go back here, that we will go to the boot menu. If we will go to the boot menu, Paula, the boot menu we will be going is you will go over here. See, you will tell the computer I'm on the boot menu. You see the way he is here, this a BIOS menu. The BIOS menu to go over there. When you turn on the computer or you restart your computer, you keep pressing F2 and release your hand. Press F2 and release your hand. Press F2 and release your hand. That will tell you to go to the BIOS menu. But when do you see that? Say, hey, Kwame, I put the video there over here again. You see this? You are all the way on the bottom there, right? It's already open for you, NTI video. You see, you already open. Every time you look, you go here. So you see here, you see where it says video BIOS menu. Click on that little video. Once you click, I explain the way you can access the BIOS menu over there. And then you will do that home. Then go ahead and just work for the video. This video, I gotta fix it today anyway. That's the way that I show you in the car. That was the thing that was going. So it's still going over. Oh, it's working again. Yeah, when I moved, I think that's where it's now. That's all of them Microsoft fixing the issue. So if you click on it, and then you can make it big if you want to. So I just explained how to go to the BIOS for my mind. Okay, you know how to go to the BIOS. To go to the BIOS, okay, you will let's restart this computer so I can stop that. And now you use that home. Just click on it. If you want to leave this escape and come back. Okay. Go ahead and restart the computer by doing it there. You see this little F2 that will take you to go to the BIOS. Then go click that. Then restart. Yes. If you're restarting, what is the F2? It's this one. Okay. Keep hitting the F2. Once you shut down, that's where you start from F2.
Oh, when it's shut down? Okay.
Press and release your hand.
Okay.
So if it shuts down, let's wait if it shuts down. So I want you to go to the BIOS. There I will be explaining the stuff. So try that more. See. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, I will explain and then we should be done. And then you work on this. Yeah, keep hitting and release your finger. And then go in and you will pop up and yeah, good. Something will come here, you ask you on the mouse. And then you using your mouse, that meaning you're on the U here. Click here. See this? If you click the plus sign, it is fine. Every time you click the plus sign, and if they're on it, that's one. Then you have the information. Oh, you got it? Now you are on the BIOS. If you want to leave, you can use Control Alt Delete. It will restart or escape. It will restart and come back to normal again. So you start to do it that meaning that you go over there. I will explain the stuff so you'll be able to do those lab at home. Then I will correct. If you want me to print the lab for your print, but the lab, I will email it to you because the thing is, Cisco did something that I was telling them how to talk to them to share. Because when we go, so you put that here. If you want to put something, it doesn't then even you download. You really go to the download. Let's download to see. Yeah. Then we go to download.
see or open for me. I don't think types can go into to put on me. I will email tissue.
All right.
I will email you. I don't want that to be in. There you go. So when I email it to you, you'll be able to put it inside.
Okay.
But if you say, hey, I need a print, I can just put it out for you if you want to. Which one? You want me to print it?
Email is fine.
Email, and then you can just put the answer over there if you want to. But eventually, I just want you to do it so you know you do something. And now when we come Wednesday, I'll be doing it together with you. We correct. It's like we correct to make you to understand. All right. So I'm going here now that if I go here, you go inside the BIOS, and here is the BIOS menu that you have over there. And my laptop here is a Dell Latitude E5440. That's the model of the Dell. But I click on the first one, say system information. And then that's what you have there. The system information, it will tell you, the system information is just telling you the information about the computer. The information about the computer. Okay. So if the system information is telling you the information about computer, it will ask you, what is the BIOS version? Here's the BIOS version. And this is a A24. For this computer, it's a A24. Yours is a
1.39.
That's yours. So everybody have a different one. And then here is the service tag that when you call Dell, that's identify your computer unique. But the express service code, like say, if you call the machine, the phone will ask you, where is that? You put that number before Dell guy will come and they say, hey, what is your service tag? And then he put that to identify your computer. If your computer under warranty, it supports you. If you know it doesn't support you. And that information about that is over here. The information, it's over here. You will see the service tag. That's the information.
Okay.
And that's what it's over here too. But usually it's still here for something. But this is not. It's on the top. And then the problem is sometimes it will remove, or somebody will remove that.
Yeah.
And now you say, hey, so the service tag for this computer, that's where you go to BIOS and find out information. Now, the memory, on that side here, they say memory information. Here is the information of the memory. How many memory is installed? It's a 4096, meaning that 4 gigabyte. Okay, that's the memory installed. And we see memory speed, that's the speed that says 1600 megahertz. Okay, and then channel, memory channel mode is a single mode, meaning that your memory is this form. But the memory inside the computer, it's like this, you have a little hole here. That's they call it single. But all memory we used to have, they have a two of them say dual. Okay, that's what they're talking about. And now when you look here, memory technology, say DDR3 SDRAM, that's kind of memory we have, DDR3. If you're going to buy, say, I'm looking for DDR3, they bring that to you, that will work with your computer. Some people have DDR4. You cannot take a DDR4. That's a 4. See, you cannot take and mix with that. It will not work.
Oh, because you have to have a DDR4.
Yeah. So yours is a DDR4. You go to the shop. I'm looking for DDR4. Or you tell them the computer model, they look it up for you. A Macro Center, the Best Buy, they don't look it up for you. You got to tell them you look for this memory DDR4, and then they will do it for you. They give down and they die. The Macro Center, if you say, hey, my computer, this is the model, it's a Dell Latitude, right away, you will look it up on the computer and find the memory, even though you don't know it's a DDR3, you say this, they know right away and they give you the right one. You come home, you put it inside, no headache. But Best Buy say, no, we don't do that. You just tell us what kind of memory you have your computer. You don't know it, right? You don't know if it's DDR3 or 4. Microsoft, they do a good job. They say, I look at, they find it and give it to you. But Best Buy, no, we don't do that. You gotta bring it.
I say, yeah, so people prefer just to go to Macro Center, and it's pretty cool. It's just a little bit from the city, but it's a San Luis Park. Down. And then here, you see GMB for this computer is this one, but GMA, what is that? It's an empty for my computer. That meaning that inside the computer, there are two holes. There are two holes. See, there are two holes. There are two holes. And then inside that two hole where you put the memory, only one is used, which is the B is used. This one say empty, that means there is nothing. If I want to upgrade, I buy another 8 gig or 4 gig, depending how memory support, and then sticking into that hole. That's why I say empty. So you will answer those questions. And now I say processor information. If you look here, here is the processor information. Say Intel i5. You see, this is an i5, and here is the speed, 1.90 gigahertz. Okay, so those are the stuff you'll be doing on the lab. Okay, so the processor information is here is that, and then how many counts are here? See, here is a 2 count. Yours over there, how many you have? 4. You see, quad 4. This one called Jewel. That's an old computer called Jewel. Nobody used that today. If somebody is selling you a computer, say, hey, Paula, I have a computer here. You should just $20. Give it to me. It's a great computer. And say, what kind of core you have? Oh, quad card, right? 4, more than 4 processor. Say, quad card. Okay, we go to BIOS. You come here, you see how many core. If it's 2, it says, oh, it's 2. That's an old computer you're selling me. So that's why you see it. And say, hey, I'm sorry, this is a called Jewel. I don't need the called Jewel. It's an old junkie. You selling. So the processor ID if you want, but here is the clock speed that we talk about. You see level 1 cache, level 2 clock cache, all that we talk about. And those are the stuff. Okay, so I'll go to, I think I'll go to next will be, if I want the body information, see, this is the information about the body. Oh, but before I go over there, in a second, they were this, I didn't finish with this. They are the hard drive. You see, hard drive information, some computer will show, some don't show. If they don't show you, you see, do you see it's a primary hard drive or? It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom. I think it also will show. Say device information. See that your memory is M.2 hard drive, but it doesn't show the information. It's there. They look, you don't reach the side. See, it doesn't give you a some show. I don't know why some don't show you the side. You know, I don't know why some, but we can figure out the size too inside the computer. Okay, since it doesn't show you, okay, you are over there. But if you figure out the information, you want to save this computer. After you go here, see where it says it's in here. File as a file folder. Go ahead and click it. Show you. Then go ahead and click it. This PC. You see the hard drive? Right click on it. And then choose the properties. And then see what is the space for the hard drive. Yeah, it's like a 500. Okay, that's the hard drive information. So if you don't see it, it's there. Okay, but you know, I don't know why some it doesn't show over there. For me, you see here, it's a 120 gig. Yours is a 400 something. That means it's a 500. Windows usually takes some of them. Okay. So we will go with that. So, and now graphic card. That's where you see the graphic card. And then you go down eventually. When I go to the next, I'll go here. If I want to see the body information, somebody selling you the body, the laptop, you want to see if the body is good, you go to the BIOS and click where it says body information. The body information, it will say excellent. If it's excellent, it's good. Okay, if it's excellent, it's good. But if it's fair, that means it's not that good. It's not, it will, the charge will go off pretty quick. Or if you say, consider replacing the battery, it's bad. So right away you say, hey, you gotta drop your price. The battery is not good. I gotta go to Amazon and buy a new battery. This is, you show him. That's why you go to BIOS and say, I want to buy your computer, but let me check those information. You go to the BIOS, it's not excellent much. The battery, the price you have to drop a little bit. All right, so those are the information you'll be seeing to be able to do. And then if you see here, the technology for this is, what do you call it? 64 mega technology. Here, you see here on this computer, if you look here, 64-bit technology. See where it says processor information? Oh yeah, I went back to the system. Just want to see, and then on the bottom, YouTube 64. Yeah, that's good. On the bottom of that, 64. You have a 64.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Now here, your computer might not have that because your computer is too newer compared to this one. That it will say if you click the boot sequence, you look boot sequence on the left side.
Yeah, I have boot sequence here.
If you click, yeah, because it's a newer one that you have there, and then over here, what I want to show you over here, I can explain it to you because yours is a UEFI technology. This have a both. We really enable the UEFI. It's a legacy one. Okay. But this you can switch to UEFI. You also have a both there.
Mine has both and it's on UEFI, right?
Leave it like that on UEFI because it's the new technology. Okay. This is the old one, so I'm the one to update this one. Okay. But before the legacy happened, for example, you look here, do you see where it say USB? Do you see where it say onboard NIC? Suppose that those engineers told you they travel. If I come here, I don't want them to use a USB, so
okay, that's where you're
you come, you remove that check. Oh, I don't want them to use that to go to the internet. You remove this, the internet will not work unless they know the password to go inside the bar. But you cannot know the password because only IT people like you guys working in IT, they give you the password. You got it now. That's how it goes. You go over there, you uncheck. Even though today with a UEFI, you can still do that.
So on my system now, where it doesn't show all of that.
Yeah.
If
you want, you can select a legacy to just see it, but you don't have to do it. Yeah.
Oh, so you see that. Okay.
But you don't really need. But if you're doing the lab, choose that to do the lab and go back to UEFI, okay, before you restart the computer. And then, well, anyway, if you forgot to save it, on the bottom, it's apply. If you forgot to choose back to UEFI, you restart the computer, it will not have anything on there because every time you finish on the bottom, you have to hit like apply, so it take it. So if you don't do apply, it will not take it anyway. So that's before. And now, if I want to install something on the computer, this is what we call a boot manager. You know, you have to make the thing. And then on the lab, he was saying, the first book, suppose that I have a Windows 10 or Windows 11 is on the CD. I want the information, take it from the CD. I will put it on the first priority. That's the first priority, number one. But suppose that it's on the USB that I have a Windows I want to install. Then you come here and say, oh, it's a USB storage. When you click on it by selecting that, you click this sign. You see this? To bring it up in the first position. Okay. When you click, you will see it will come, it will replace the CD-ROM to be the first position, the CD-ROM will go down. So when you hit apply on the bottom, that means you're telling the computer, hey, take the information from the USB. Some will go to a boot manager, boot menu to do that. Some computer, you cannot go to boot menu, you gotta go do everything on the BIOS. That you say, this is Dell. They have a BIOS menu, they have a boot menu, which is F12. But this computer, it doesn't, I don't even know the boot menu. I Google it, say no, they don't have, you gotta go to BIOS. And this is where you have to set it up. Okay? Even though you have, if you go to BIOS, even though it's a UEFI, you gotta do it. But we'll do on the lab, you'll see it. All right, so when I move on to the next stuff to talk about that, we were saying here, the other stuff, advanced, CD-ROM. If you go here, that's where you do date and time. You see, if you want to change the date and time, you can do it on the BIOS. And the year. Now, if you come here, once you change it, you need to stay all the time. Even you can do it on the computer by going to control panel and do it. But you have to stay. If you change, that means your body is dead. So here, if we want to go, you see where it says system configuration. Can you click the plus sign there? It will expand so you can see here if you're working for company, they will say, hey, we got to do PixieBook. You see, company, they do that. They say, hey, you just want to do PixieBook because everything we do to install Windows is on the server. You don't want to put a USB to install Windows. It's on the server. And then you take the information right away from the server. That's called a PixieBook. Okay, it will take the information from the server right away. That's how that works, called PixieBook. Okay, so you can see other one, and we will get it through it. And then we have this one called SATA operation. When people try to install Windows, it doesn't work. You can go to the SATA operation and try to fix it. Then I'll go to the next one, like if this is a desktop computer. So suppose customer call you, say, oh, you know, I have my accounting software, but you say my hard drive is full. I want to add a new hard drive, but I don't want to change my computer hard drive and then reinstall everything. Can you just put another hard drive inside my computer and then Paul put another hard drive? That'll be 2 hard drives. And then say, next time, let's move everything to this hard drive. So save the information so that one doesn't fall, and then everything's still working. Then you put the new hard drive, and then you don't see anything. Say, how come the new hard drive doesn't show? You go to BIOS. Maybe the first hard drive you call SATA 0. The second one might be SATA 2 or 3. So it's where you say you put the check. You see that check? You put it there. Right away when you hit apply, or even if you don't have, you hit exit. When the computer comes, now go to the File Explorer. The new hard drive you put will be showing there. So just so you know that you have to enable that over there. All right, so, and then when do you do like smart reader, all that, if you want to zoom. And here is the admin one, if you want a password. You see, you go to admin and you put the password. And then if you put in the password here, suppose you say the password is a Paula. If you type in P, some computer will make it twice. You do P, but you do 2 characters. You don't see it. If it star, 2 star, don't worry about it. Say, ha, why are you doing this? Don't worry about it. Just type the word, the name Paula. Don't worry. Take it. Even though it's a P, if you do P, it will 2 characters. You do A, it will become 4 characters, and so on. Don't worry, just type Paola and then do again Paola 2 times to confirm. Why do the password we put here, that's the password other employee don't know, only tech people know. It's the BIOS password. Okay. So people don't go inside and change the stuff. But you, suppose you recycle a computer from companies. If you, oh yeah, click on you don't want to put the password there. Oh yeah, just hit the piece. Oh, it's a 1. So you have a newer stuff. Okay. Yeah, but now I think they fix it. The old one, when we used to do it, you do P, get a 2. But now I think they fix it. So you don't have to have that headache. So you confirm that. That's how you do. And then, like I said, company will tell you. And then over here, you see where it say, you know, TPM security and you will see that if we be going to the security area over here, let me show you. See, we can protect the hard drive, and you see where it says compute trace, and I told you can see compute trace or you can see low jack. The compute trace is like a GPS. When somebody stole your computer, if this one is a deactivate. Do you see where I am? I am on the security area. If it's a deactivate, it's good. If it's a activate, that meaning that wherever your computer is located, you can find it.
I don't have computer.
Oh, you don't have it? It's on the bottom there? It's security. Oh. I don't see it. Okay, you could put a plus sign in the secure, let's see. Secure. Oh, this doesn't have it. Interesting. So that's how you go, you see the computation. All right, so that's where somebody steal the computer, you can find it easily. Yeah, and then that's the company, and the secure booter to make it sure if you do secure boot enable, that meaning that somebody download the fake software to install on the computer, it will not work. It will block it, say what's going on because it's kind of fake software. And then so on, the performance, the rest, you can go through all the rest and do. When you're doing the lab, it will be telling you, what to call it, when you're doing the lab, it will be telling you about splash screen. We don't have that today. So if you don't see it, don't worry about it. There is no splash anymore. And some stuff, if you don't see it, don't worry about it because we don't have that anymore. Cisco need to update that stuff. And let's see here, virtualization. If you want a computer to be virtual, to do the virtualization, and they say, how come my computer, I don't see that virtual stuff happening? It's because you gotta go to BIOS and then enable that. It's not enabled, that's why. But we get into virtualization later too. Okay, and the rest, wireless, all that. So we just finish with this. That'll give you a thing to do. And then we will now take a 5-minute break and we take this apart and put it back. So let me see where I am over here to take a note.
I need to come out of this?
All right.
I'll stay in there.
Oh, you can escape, remove, yeah, start, we done it. Yeah, exit. Say, you want to save. Yeah, and then we'll come back to now. So this, we continue this red thing Wednesday.